Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that, I mean, so many, I joke that my like DMs on social media are like a confessional.
Hmm.
Maybe you get this too. When you start talking about how you talk about friendship on the internet, people get kind of weird. Like they don't want to admit that they do wanna hear what you have to say or this is a problem.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I tell people, "Oh, my podcast is about how there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's whatever works for you." Anybody could be starting from anywhere. You could feel like you have not a single friend, and that's okay. You can rebuild from there. And suddenly people lean in and they're just like, "I've never had a friend." And I'm like, "You're not alone."
Yeah, I
You know
think
how many
it's
DMs I get
welcome
that
to modern America.
yeah. Like, it's okay. This is not abnormal. I know that social media and TV and books and like the world has convinced you that you are on the outside, but you're not. There's so
Yeah.
many people that feel like you. The other thing I talk about a lot is I really firmly believe that friendship is a skill. And it's just
Me too. I believe that. I believe
like
that.
that means that you can learn that skill at any time. It's never too late to invest your energy here and make an impact on this area of your life.
Yeah, I think people don't see it. I think people don't see it that way. When we talk about like romantic relationships, we talk about like things like okay, communication, things
Mhm.
like following through, but people don't adopt that language to friendship. And I'm like, well, it's a relationship, so it has to have like the same. It might not like have the exact same language, but there's like similar things that we use us like communication, like healthy boundaries when it comes to that. But people think that, oh, that's only in romantic relationships. Like the way that I see it is like this is like a skill that over time we just get better at.
Mhm.
And I think that like can allow grace for a lot of men that feel that they don't really know how to develop friendships. But I tell my guy friends, it's like this is like they're gonna develop over time. Like this we're learning as we go because I think for um, a lot of us like Gen Z men or just men in general, we haven't necessarily been taught
Mhm.
those friendship skills. This kind
Mhm.
of, it's more of we just like we assume by default that it's going to happen, which is like if it feels easier, like don't get me wrong, because you don't have to be vulnerable to initiate, but it takes I think, like, at some point, like, what I'm starting to see, because 'cause I'm in college right now, what I'm starting to see is a lot of men realizing that, "Wait a second, I actually need to do this to hold a friendship if I want it long term. I can't just let it, like, slide." Sorry, that was a
So,
handful.
no, you're good. I was thinking as you were talking, I have some like pretty outside the box, I guess we can call them tips for men to make friends. Do you want me to share what those are?
Sure.
But the first one would be that so many people think that friendship is kind of this all or nothing, right? It's a
Yeah.
binary. It's like we are friends or we are not friends. And I have this framework that's in my book. I have podcast episodes about it. It's on my website. Like you can find it. And it's called the Wheel of Connection. And it talks about all of our connections. And I would suggest for men, I mean for anybody, but for if you are a man out there who's like, I don't know how to make friends, go look at this Wheel of Connection because I think there can be a lot of pressure to make like a really close friend, somebody I would call a
Mhm.
present friend. And maybe in the beginning, it's less pressure to make what I would call a familiar or a defined friend. These are some of the types of friends on my Wheel of Connection. So
Mhm.
don't feel like you have to make your closest, deepest, like call in the middle of the night, lifelong friend right off the bat. Appreciate the small wins. If you make a friend who is just like your gym friend, take that win. Don't focus
Yeah.
on the fact that they're not the person you call in the middle of the night, right? You're more likely to invest in that relationship if you can appreciate what is there versus being
Mhm.
so focused on the fact that you can't figure out how to take that friendship and make it this really deep friendship you want. We'll get there. We'll get there, but like take the wins when you can get them. That'd be my number one.